guess who's here? Just one of them. A random Wednesday. We just decided to bring in an award-winning actress. It's just such a normal thing here. Lerato Mvelase, hello.
Hello, Andy.
This has actually been a long time coming.
I know. I'm so happy. Like, I'm finally in the, it's not a hot seat, the fun seat.
It's a fun seat. And it's a girl seat.
It's a girl seat.
We're here to just break bread. It is a safe space. Just know that the gents are not here, technically.
Yeah. We don't need the gents.
The gents are not here. This is a girl chat, and we're going to have really intimate conversations.
Yeah.
First things first, didn't you just turn 43? Should I not say it?
43, you know, I mean,
you turned
we're
an
not
age.
counting.
You turned an age.
I turned an age.
How is the age treating you that we will not mention?
This is the youngest I feel.
Really?
I promise you. Yes, you know, the physical changes are there on the inside, though. You know, you can't tell. You know, the knees being sore, the feet being sore, the hot flushes.
You're getting hot.
I am, right?
So is that peri?
That's peri. I'm full on peri.
A friend of mine's going through peri.
Yeah, it's the worst. And then you have people saying, but you're so young. And you're like, do you think anybody wishes for anything that's menopausal? You know, we wish we could wait till we're in our 60s, 70s, but you know, we're in our 40s, so it's bound to happen. But I still feel great, man. I think there's something about being in your 40s. You're so settled in who you are, and I think that is why you resonate sex appeal at this age.
Come on now.
You know, women at this age, there's something very sexy about them, because you're very content. Your skin fits you.
Come on now.
You know, you fit so beautifully. You know, your shoes fit you.
Come on now.
You walk into a room and you know exactly where to stand. You're not finding your position. You're not trying to find somebody else's position. You just know when you walk into a room, this is my spot, and you take it comfortably while you allow everybody else to take their spot. It's a beautiful
What a beautiful place.
It's a beautiful place.
You know, the one thing I've always observed of you is how feminine you are. It just exudes from every pore of you. I'm like, how do you channel that, but also then channel the assertiveness, you know, that needs to come out in particular situations, but yet still remaining within your feminine energy?
And you know that, Andy, that's actually quite recent.
Really?
Yeah, it's very recent. And by recent, I mean, I think the past 2-3 years. That's when I realized I've been so hard on myself.
Sure.
And I think it has to do with having to be a single mom. You know, that you overextend yourself. You think you have to be strong for everybody. You think you have to do everything. You think everything has to be perfect. And you stop living for you, you know, which I did for a long time. And I don't regret it, because I've got beautiful girls, right? But I think, you know, when I turned 40, about 4 years ago, I decided my kids are older. They don't need me as much. I don't need to be this strong Mbogoto. You know, I don't even recognize myself as a Mbogoto anymore, you know, because of the connotation, right? That you have to be hard and strong and do it all. And I had to speak to my girls and say to them, as much as you've seen Mama work so hard and be strong for you and be there for you and do everything herself, this is not normal. This is not how it should be, you know, because then you're raising girls who don't even know how to recognize a man that's good to them, you know, a man that wants to take care of them.
Partnership.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You raise girls who just want to fight for everything, and they struggle with knowing their place as a woman, you know, and even when you use words like your place, you know, people start, you know, bells start ringing. What do you mean a woman's place? But there is a woman's place.
It's an ecosystem.
Right? That's why it worked, you know, at the time when it did work. And I think the past few years, it's really been me trying to discover Lerato outside of all the responsibilities that I've had to, you know, take, all the things I had to take care of, you know, including my children. That I'm like, I'm still a girl. I'm still a girl.
I'm just a girl.
I'm just a girl. You know? And I think once you get to a point where you understand that being a girl, there's nothing weak about it. There's nothing unintelligent about it. There's nothing unintentional about it. It is exactly who you are. You're intended to be a girl. And girls do things a certain way. We don't need to shout. the power is in just you being a girl. You know, when the power of a woman is in her silence, the power of a woman is in her prayer. Power of a woman is being able to analyze and be analytical and be dexterous. Use your hands more than you use your mouth, actually, because we build things, we create things, right? And I think now that I'm not a professor of it, but I've mastered that, that I just need to be, and I'm just.
Hashtag master. Hashtag siyeza. How's mom, Lerato? Because I don't feel like you shout at, can you even yell?
I do, but the funny thing, my kids just laugh at me.
Not laugh.
And I promise you, one, because I am tiny.
Yeah.
Right? Two, because I act angry. I have to act angry for my kids to see that I'm serious about something, right? So, I have to act angry. Otherwise, I don't believe in having to shout. I believe in conversation. Let's have conversation, Only when I realize I've been having this conversation, with you as my kids or anybody else, really. I've been addressing this issue. Now, I'm angry, so I take time to get angry.
Yeah. I've read a lot about, just in terms of your own upbringing and in terms of how difficult it was for you having to take on the baton of taking care of your family. Are you doing corrective measures, but doing it consciously, that you're not spoiling, but you are correcting the way in which you were parented so that your kids can have a different experience?
As the Lerato Mvelase that I am now, I'm very selfish.
Yeah.
I don't do the things I used to do.
Yeah.
There's something about the dynamic of a black family, not all of them, obviously, but most of them, where there's sense of entitlement to you, to your time, to your money, to your hard work, everything that is you, and even families, they take. They just take and take and take. And they never replenish. Yeah. They never give back to you. And giving back, it's not even financial. I remember having a conversation with my niece and nephew one day, and I said to them, I'm not asking you guys to give me money. I'm not asking you guys to give me anything other than let me feel like there is a sense of camaraderie, between us. Yeah. There's assistance. Let me come home and I feel like I'm coming home. I'm not coming to a house, or four walls. I'm coming into a home. Yeah. Let me come home and the dishes are washed. Yeah. Even with my children, I'm like, let's make this ecosystem work, right? And when I turned 40 is a big number.
Sure.
I had to cut many people. Andy, many people,
for
including family. No, it's that thing where you realize all I ever do is give.
Sure.
That's all I ever do. I give and give and give, and I never receive anything back. You never receive that phone call where somebody says, how are you doing? You never receive that message saying, hi, auntie, hi, mama, hi, whoever, hope you're well. You
checking
never,
in.
Nothing. Yeah. The only conversations that I had with you involve your money, your time, your involvement in the things they want to do. And I had to cut, and when I did cut, I was amazed, Andy, because even my kids said it's about time. And I didn't realize that my kids were aware of it.
Wow.
They were like, it's about time, Mama.
My goodness.
And I was like, oh my God. So my kids saw me give so much of myself to other people that I deprived them, of a lot of things because they had to share. And we come from that era where, we are a family. You share with family, you do with family. But at a certain age, you have to prioritize yourself. And I think that's where even that feminine energy comes in. I don't have to work hard for you to love me, or appreciate me.
Come on.
It has to be reciprocated. It's a relationship, this thing, So I don't owe anybody anything and nobody owes me anything.
Come on.
So
I feel like I'm getting a mastered sense of self. Which leads me to my next point. You masters it in him,
darling. Andy.
Baby girl. You're done?
Listen.
You're done?
I finished on Friday.
You
Obviously,
lie.
I promise I wrote my last and final exam on Friday.
Oh, halala, yima applause, man. Oh my goodness. Okay, so what was your master's in?
No, just business administration.
Okay,
Plain
just
old
a young
MBA.
MBA. Just
a young
regular,
MBA,
nothing too
MBA.
difficult.
So when I received that invitation to my graduation,
goodness.
can I officially state that when you call me or you speak about me, it is Master Lerato Mvelase.
Come on, master. Can we talk about the discipline that academia?
Oh my God.
So let's talk about what was reinstalled within you, the software that had to be reinstalled and redisciplined within you just through academia. Because that thing is humbling.
It is so humbling.
Yeah.
I think one for me, I wanted it badly. And it's not even about the degree itself. I wanted things that define me, that make me the person that I am. I want all of them. So it was a selfish decision, this degree, because it is now about me. So the past 4 years, it's been about how do I structure my life that it adds value to me, and it will take me to where I want to go. So it's not easy. People think mhlambe mawubona poster and you say welcome to the winner's circle, they're like, it's not. It requires an extensive amount of discipline. And discipline means your social life is cut completely. You will lose some connections, because some people value having to see you, and if they don't, then they feel like they're not a part of your life. And sometimes like they've served their purpose, for whatever time frame that you guys had together, and now they have to move on to other things while you move on to other things. So I've lost friendships because of my studies. I've lost some family members as well, because of my studies. And it was all good for me. It was all purposive, and I'm here because I had to take care of my health physically. I had to take care of my mental health. I had to take care of my emotional health. And I had to allow myself to grow. And growth is a very personal journey. Any kind of growth is very personal. And if you are focused on how other people perceive or receive your growth, then you can't pursue it. You can't commit to it because Andy's upset. I had to cancel the lunch. Oh my gosh. So, if you worry about how Andy receives your text when you say, friend, I'm sorry, I can't come. Then you can't. Then you can't pursue that degree or whatever other thing, that you're trying to pursue. So I had to put my selfish needs forward. Also, I'm in my 40s. I'm in an era where I want to live for purpose. As much as, yes, I believe I'm a great actress and I do what I do very well. When you get to a certain age, you want to have different conversation. You want different challenges. And it doesn't necessarily mean you'll stop performing because this is more of a passion for me than it is a career. It used to be a career, but I don't perceive it as a career anymore, but more of a passion. I have to also consider the fact that my kids are getting older. My oldest is off to varsity. I cannot have a child at varsity worried if mama's got a gig or not. I think that is selfish, and it puts my child in a detrimental position because she now could be a potential girlfriend to an older man, to out of needs, and I don't want to bother mama, so at least Umalume says he will, So I think one of the conversations I had with my daughter, when she was like, Mama, I can't wait to finish my degree so I can take care of you. And I said, you're not doing this degree for me. I'm going to be fine. I'm studying for that very reason so that you can go and thrive, as a young woman and live your youthful years in the most fruitful, progressive and fair way, because a lot of black kids don't have that privilege of having a fair chance, at being the best youth they can be.
Absolutely.
Because they have responsibilities of home. They're worried about, my parents don't have money. So I had to make changes when I saw my daughter is getting older and she's about to go. I wanted to be confident in my mom is okay. So, that discipline came with also knowing that I've got that type of responsibility.
Lerato, There's so much to talk about. I'm stressed looking at my questions. Yo! So here's the thing. We're dedicating this hour just to get to know Lerato.
Yeah.
We're calling her a shapeshifter because you heard she's an academic, she's a mom, award-winning actress that may now is just a hobby for her, even though she's really good at it. I'm sorry. Here's another part of her that you may not have known about her.
I am Lerato Mvelase, and I'm live on Kaya Feel Good with OM Dimakondwana.
Guess who this is? She's finishing right now. This is Ting Ting, Lerato Mvelase, Professor Mpumi. I need to know who called who here for this song. First Ting Ting.
Me and Mpumi were together, right? And the song came up, and I said, "Friend, come on board." And she was like, "Actually, hell yeah." And we're like, "Who else?" And she was like, "Let's get pro." And the three of us, we were friends. Mm-hmm. So it was an easy
thing.
Yeah, we were bound to work together.
Ntombazana, why do we not have Master KG, Master Lerato, Maporisa, Master Lerato? You know, this is the time. You are a shapeshifter. You've got a voice. It's Ting Ting, it's Ting Ting part 2.
Definitely. It has to come. It might not be Ting Ting. It will be something else, though. It will be
Clock
something
it.
else. But it's coming. It's coming.
You are the embodiment of somebody who uses every ounce of their talents. Do you feel an urgency to do that? To just explore whatever it is that you're good at, just try.
Yeah, I think there's, I will always refer to turning 40 because now you want to live a purposeful life. It's like there's no time. You're not old, but you don't have the luxury of time, to just take your time. It's like, do it now. Now that I'm done with this degree, there's something else I will be pursuing, and you will see it.
Come on,
something that I've been wanting to do for a very long time, but time. And also I'm that type of person, Andy. I always believe we don't need to rush processes. We are such a microwave generation that everything must happen now. I want it now. It must happen. And it's like, allow time to help you master certain things, and then you move on to something else. Every 10 years, every 5 years, there is something to do, something new to explore. And I think that's the type of person I am. I think after my acting, I'm like, this I do well, and I love it, but I need something else, So there's a lot of other things that South Africa is about to explore.
Come on.
When it comes to me or experience. And I'm allowing myself to. I'm allowing myself to play.
South Africa. Double HP, it's like, you were saying off air that double HP's passing affected you. Tell me why.
No, I think it shook me because he was really one of those hip-hop heads that stood out in our era, and he had so much influence, and from afar, because I didn't know him personally, but I was like, I love his energy, I love what he's about, I love what he does for the culture, and when he passed, it was like, damn it, like so people are going through so much, and we just don't know it, and I think maybe it's not social media, but it's the pernicious effect of social media where we look a certain way, we seem a certain way, and yet there's so much happening, bubbling, underneath. So it was one of those, like I was sad for a long time as though I knew him, and I didn't, So let's take care of each other.
Sure. By the way, we have Lerato Mvelase, just a regular Wednesday, nothing special. Lerato Mvelase, award-winning actress, shapeshifter, here on Kaya 959. It's a beautiful special and a special edition of Girl Let's Talk. I want to speak about the healer part of you. I see the white beads.
Yes.
Let's talk about not only your journey to healing, but the cost of what being a healer is. Because we see the effects of it. We see, the outside that, okay, you are of service to people. But what is the cost, the sacrifices that Lerato has to make in her healer capacity?
Yeah, that's a big one. But before I completely answer, right, let me start here. There's something that is Zangoma. And I don't want to say all of them. In fact, maybe let me say Izangoma, including myself. There's an injustice that we've done to our people. where we're not completely servicing the spiritual needs of our people. And I'll tell you what I mean by that, Andy.
Please.
You know, Zangoma, they've narrowed African spirituality into uktagata. You know, where uyoboni sangoma, things are not working out.
Okay.
Izangoma iningi have destroyed families. They've destroyed families. They've destroyed friendships. They've destroyed relationships with colleagues.
Careers.
They've destroyed careers because ufika kusangoma and you say, hey, you know that season when things are just not coming together. And Lerato says to you, there's this lady, there's this woman, there's this man, your husband, your wife. And your wife has done nothing to you. Your friends have done nothing to you. Your family has done absolutely nothing to you. There's just an alignment that needs to be worked on you so that your ancestors, the universe, and your God are aligned in your journey, whatever the journey is, whether it's your career, whether it's in marriage, whether it's trying to fall pregnant, to start a family, whatever it is. And we've made people believe that everything is fixed. One, sitwasisa wonke umuntu mele uyothwasa. 2, everyone uyakuthakatha. 3, mele uhlabe ubulala inkukhu neinkomo every 2 weeks, and you must pay a certain amount. So there's a sacrifice that I've had to make in terms of my spiritual journey where I don't talk about it. And I've consciously decided not to talk about it because of, and this is a personal thing, you know, I don't want people thinking I'm pinpointing at anybody. You know how in South Africa things are. For me, it's, I believe my spiritual journey is very personal. It's extremely personal.
Not up for consumption.
It's not for commercial use, right? It's not for public demonstration. It is not for public engagement. You know, it's the same as my personal life. It's my personal life. We can engage on what spirituality is, what it means, and all of that. But I don't need to have my personal engagement, because what does my personal journey do for my people? How does it serve a purpose? How does it serve my community, knowing what Lerato ulayita makhendlela awu-2 and into zakhe worked out? But how about we have a conversation on how do we as African people, how do we use this concept of African spirituality so that it works for our people, so it heals our people, so it progresses our people, it progresses families. How do we get to a point where the conversation has got nothing to do with uktwasa, has got nothing to do with ubtagati, but has got to do with how does when a black child is born, what are our needs? You know, the same way I love Christians because there's something they have reference to. The conversation we should be having as African spirituals in 2025 is how do we create a book of life that every child, when they're born, they are born into this scroll that they can make reference to from when they are born to when they die. We have no reference of anything, and therefore that's why we've got people that can scam people. My spiritual gift can't be a monetary exchange.
Absolutely.
If I walk into a room and there's something I need to tell you, you don't need to pay me. Kanye Sanje. And if you want to do anything for me, you'll do it after I've done what I need to do for you. That's how I believe it should be working. It doesn't mean how other people do it, you know, and I need to make emphasis of that, you know, because I don't want anyone coming at me. I believe that things that have to do with someone's spirit can't have financial exchange, because you are saving lives. You're saving people, and it's not something that should be paid for. You know, it's the same as people who do medicine. Yes, people pay for it because we must pay for it, but children lose their lives because there's a doctor who's not gonna offer this service because they're not being paid.
#marked.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
On Netflix.
You know, so for me, Andy, you know, if I ever spoke about my spiritual journey, is that I've made it so private that people that are in my life know that part of me. You know, and I share it with them, you know, openly, you know, because you must share with the people you love. And as someone who's been through this journey, one of the biggest things for me is the conversations that African spirituals should be having is how do we save our people? How do we make women prayerful again? How do we make mothers heal nations again? How do we make women understand the power they play in building communities? The influence that I have as a woman in a community is extremely powerful, and we can't not be conscious of that. We can't not be intentional about it, because we build the culture of a nation. And this now goes back to us as women, as girls. What influence are we having on our nation, on our children, on our boys, on the young leaders that come after us? What influence are we having? You know, and I would like to tap into culture a little bit, and if you'd allow me.
Go ahead.
You know, there's something beautiful about our culture as Black people. That, and it's the smallest things that I hold on to for dear life. I insist on being called Sis Lerato. I insist on being called Auntie Lerato. I insist on being called Mam Lerato. And I'll tell you why. If you look at the generation of now, how our kids relate to their uncles, relate to their aunties. It's beautiful that we hang out all together and we laugh and it's fun times. But there's just something happens when there's no lines of respect aren't delineated, because a child does not know. They don't have the emotional and mental intelligence to know that, yes, Auntie Andy can laugh with me, Sis Andy can laugh with me, but she's still my older sister. She's still my aunt. But if you, as the older one, you don't draw that line, then that means you've done an injustice to this child, because they walk out into the world thinking that everyone is their friend, we're all just cool and chilled, and I think also social media has added to that, because we are so close to each other that I don't know that as much as I know Andy, but I don't know Andy. So when I do meet Andy, there's a level of respect that she requires from me. There's a way that I must engage you, because I don't know you like that. But social media, I can't even blame social media, but people now, our familiarity with each other is too freely given. You know, the chow me, sis, hi sis. There's something that I absolutely dislike now. It's that word sis. I'm like, what? I promise you. Sis. I really don't. Because I see how we've become so familiar with each other that we forget that there's still, you need to earn me. I need to earn you. I need to earn your friendship. That's powerful. To earn a relationship with you. Now it's not earned. I see, hey, my Andy, you know, somebody was like, hey, Lee. I'm like, Lee?
Who is that?
I don't even know your name.
Is Lee in the room with us?
You know what I mean? So, you know, and I'm going to bring it back to spirituality. Like, spirituality allows us to create boundaries for ourselves.
And processes.
Exactly. Where you don't rush certain things, you don't rush relations. Because everything is rushed. Everything is so rushed. You know that song, Take Time to Know Her? You know, those songs, if we really listen to them, the messages there were really growing us. They made us think before we spoke, before we did things. Now it's, you know, I want to shake your hand, I've had a tap and a hit and a hit, and we open and we give and we enter and we you know, that I'm very conscious of the people I allow into my space. And remember, once you start building those type of boundaries, and you won't be the most favorite person. And you have to be comfortable with that. You have to be comfortable with the fact that those who want to get to know you will take their time to get to know you, and they will get to appreciate knowing that, oh, Andrea is Daniela, actually, you know, and she's fun and she's wild and she's, but not everybody deserves to know every single part of me that way. You know what I mean? Because you haven't earned it. You know, where you'll hear people, oh, she's quiet. Yes, I'm very quiet, actually. I don't speak much.
You know what? You've said so much, because there's a particular thing a decision I made with myself, specifically when I started off my career. Because particularly in radio, you do every show until you find your niche. And then there was a particular show that I did of a particular genre, and I said, this is right in the output, but me doing it is not right.
Absolutely.
So specifically when it comes to spirituality, I think the dangerous thing that we all do is that when you are starting off whatever spiritual journey, could be, your spiritual journey with God, with the ancestors, is that you want to give an output before you actually take in everything.
Absolutely.
And you will do output with 20% of knowledge, but you don't actually have the full curriculum within your system.
Yeah.
And I think that is an important point to take, that sometimes you need to take in 100% of the curriculum, whatever that is, in whichever spiritual node that is. Take it in 100%. Let it come into your system. Be a master. Get an MBA. Yeah? Have it in your system first, and then you pour out where in whatever node that would be. Yes, she is here, and you have the special opportunity to create a radio drama with her. I mean, she's an actress. You are an untrained, but also award-nominated actress. Zanele, hello.
Hi, Andy.
Unjani dear?
Ngiyaphila njani?
Ngikhona nanku Lerato thetha.
Hey, sawubona Lerato.
Uthe sisi kaloku masisi Lerato.
Oh, okay.
Ngiyadlala.
Sawubona sisi Lerato.
So here's the thing, Zanele, you've put your hand up to be a part of the radio drama, ne?
Yes.
Okay, so here's the synopsis that I'm going to give you. Lerato, you're playing mom. Zanele, you playing Zanele. You are Zanele, Lerato's daughter. Okay. So the synopsis is simple. Mom, you find out that Uzanele has been using the money you've been giving her for varsity for other things. This is her final year, by the way. And she's been using it for other things for all 3 of the years. So, Zanele, your first line is very, very simple. The first line is, Ma, I can explain, okay? Okay, here we go.
Ma, I want to explain.
No. You're not going to explain. That's already done, Zanele. What were you thinking? No, you did not think. You're a final year student.
Mamela, the problem with you, the reason why I did this, because I knew if I come now and explain to you before I did what I did, you were never going to allow me to do that. So, hence I'm explaining now. But it has already happened, unfortunately.
My
but
child,
now we need to fix.
There is nothing that you're going to say that will make sense to me. I didn't raise you that way. You are one of the smartest girls we have in this family. You've done so many great things. On your final year, Zanele, your final, last year, you make the dumbest decision. How are you going to finish school when you know that I'm a single mother and I'm paying school fees for your brother? How are you going to finish?
I'm going to finish, Mom. I'm going to finish.
Which year, Zanele? I'm completely disappointed, Mdanami. I didn't raise you to be somebody that doesn't use her mind. I didn't. It's that group of friends of yours. Oh, Andy. First year. Why would you do things as if I know Andy? How would you even keep Andy as a friend?
Ma, you need to trust me.
Trust you.
As much as it's disappointing what I did, I know and I acknowledge that.
Zanele, do you understand the meaning of trust, Mtanam? Trust is earned. And I gave you that money out of trust, but now you've lost that trust. So, Moti, trust me. What? Zanele, actually, I'm not going to have any more conversation about this. You're going to come home and you're going to spend the entire year usebenzela pespaza no gogo. Because I need you to learn discipline. I need you to learn the importance of money. And I need you to bring down your attitude, man. Nonsensical.
And cut! You now wanted to come in as Aunt Andy. What did you do with the money, Zanele? Good job, uyidle no job ngakwazi.
Udle nabafana. Uthanda abafana wena Zanele. Problem. Uthanda abafana ntombi.
Zanele, you are absolutely amazing. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Oh man.
Thank you.
I saw the mom Lerato, hey?
Come out.
No, I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that.
So that's what I do with my kids. I'm like, I have to act.
Yeah. Bring that side of you.
I don't have it.
You don't?
I don't. I'm very strict. Don't get me wrong. I'm very strict.
Yeah.
I'm very, very strict. But I'm to be I need to act it out.
Yeah. Last words from Lerato. We're ending off Heritage Month. Your thoughts on how it is that we can maintain not only our heritage but our culture going forward.
I would like for us as a people to redefine what this concept of culture means. And Andy, I can't make it a country conversation, but in our little, families.